So our last section for today is kind of introduction to possibilities of artificial intelligence. AI is standing for artificial intelligence, where music becomes dynamic to the level of really being able to generate new stuff. I must say that these techniques only now start finding their way towards games because it requires its own engine in some sense. So if you think about, again, I mentioned already today in the context of algorithmic composition, the lexicon sonata, well, I don't know if you want to call it artificial intelligence. I mean, there is musical intelligence in it that was programmed by Karl-Heinz Essel, the composer who wrote this code. AI is an attempt basically to let the computer itself extract or represent musical knowledge from examples. So this is kind of artificial intelligence / machine learning, or at least today, what artificial intelligence does is mostly dealing with so-called machine learning, where the machine is able to learn on its own and become intelligent. So some of the examples I've shown before. Here, this is a set of videos, mostly from actually, yes, I mean, these two are from a Google project called Magenta, interviews and some ideas of how they are developing this artificial intelligence, machine learning technology for working with musicians. You're welcome also to go and consult the Magenta, just search for Google and Magenta project. You'll have many more interesting videos, but this one is kind of an interview and kind of showing the motivation for having basically like a DAW, the digital audio workstation. Let's say LMMS is a version, a slightly stripped, but I mean, not a full-blown DAW, but I mean, still has the ability to sequence and handle audio. And now think about a DAW that actually has a lot of intelligent effects, intelligent music, and tracks that are being generated like the lexicon sonata inside the DAW. And even the lexicon sonata learns examples. So you give it some musical examples, and it will now generate this not as clouds or some trills or some other things that exist predetermined, but it will actually learn something on its own. So just this kind of interaction and discussion of the musical possibilities. And this is, another video from the same project, where they talk also about a lot of the synthesis possibilities. So it not only generates the notes, but it can also interpolate between sounds and create new musical instruments, or these invisible designs in terms of the sound design that normal instruments and normal recordings wouldn't allow you to do. So yeah, please go ahead and kind of check out these videos and kind of get an idea about what somehow a huge technology company is investing in. And some of my own work with IRCAM is the institute in France. So this is an improvisation system that I've been working on and developing. And this is kind of a lecture and a concert where the musician is improvising with so-called Pi Oracle. We have actually, for those who are more programming inclined and want sometimes later to explore this, we have this repository where you have all the code available. And the system is basically also picking up on the fly music from, in this case, it's a saxophone performer, and improvises with him. So these are kind of examples of adaptive music, really not yet in the games, and not so much, but I mean, definitely this will come one day, and the abilities for interactive. Some blogs, so, I didn't talk too much about these things because, and this is really things that are emerging now. This is the state of the art in terms of the research, but discussing and thinking about these, and some examples of companies that actually start emerging in this field who try to use artificial intelligence to create music. So yeah, I think this is an important and interesting development, and those who might be interested in this research, a combination of computer science and music for such applications, this hope will be an inspiration. Um, okay.